Hello, my name is Bobby, and I'm just another reactor here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be reacting to Baby Metal with the man, the myth, the legend, the metal god himself, Rob Halford. And in this video they're playing Painkiller and Breaking the Law. And Painkiller is one of my favorite Judas Priest songs. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And before I get to this reaction, I'd like to remind you all to please subscribe to my channel and please like this video. And if you care to support my channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. And I also take tips through the Brave browser, which is a cryptocurrency browser. But donations to this channel are not necessary, they're not required. You can watch my videos for free. Now this video by Baby Metal, I've been actually looking forward to react to this because of course I'm a fan of Judas Priest. I grew up listening to their music since I was a teenager in high school. My favorite album by theirs is Sad Wings of Destiny. I just really love this album, but like I mentioned at the beginning, Painkiller is also a good album, and the song Painkiller is one of my favorite Judas Priest songs. Now their album British Steel, in my opinion, there's better songs on that album than Breaking the Law. But Breaking the Law is a pretty cool song. Well, I'm just looking forward to seeing what they do with this. I believe it was recorded at some an award show or something like that. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll find out. I learned a lot of stuff about Baby Metal through y'all in the comments, and some of y'all recommend that I watch some of the documentaries or Baby Metal guides on YouTube, and I watched one of them. Learned quite a bit on there, a lot of stuff to take in. I'm going to watch another Baby Metal guide just to see what the differences are and see what else I can learn about them. The one I watched was called Everything You Need to Know About Baby Metal, a Baby Metal guide. And then there's another one called An Unhelpful Guide to Baby Metal, which is the one I'm going to watch next. That's actually one of the ones that was recommended also. One thing I learned about them was that they were part of a after-school group called Sakura Gakuin, and that Sakura Gakuin had a lot of subgroups, and the Heavy Music Club, the subgroups were called clubs, by the way, and one of them was called the Heavy Music Club, and Sue Metal and the others were in that group, and that's where Baby Metal basically got formed. So I thought that was pretty interesting. There was a lot of other stuff in that video that was really interesting, things that I didn't know about how they got started. They didn't even know what heavy metal was before they started singing with Baby Metal, which was pretty interesting. There was little cooking groups and stuff like that. Really interesting, but I'm going to watch some more. I don't want to get too much into that, but thank you all for recommending that. But again, like I was saying, this song with Rob Halford actually wasn't very highly requested. Some people requested it or recommended it, but because I'm a Judas Priest fan, I'm going to go ahead and react to it. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked. Another thing I learned, by the way, real quick before I get to this reaction, a lot of y'all have been hashtagging the not a cult thing because I was comparing one of Baby Metal's videos to Merciful Fate, and I mentioned in the comments to somebody that I wasn't really comparing them as like being Satanists or anything like King Diamond is from Merciful Fate. I was just comparing kind of the imagery in the shows, but I understand that Baby Metal is not a cult. I figured that when I was watching that video. And I also learned the fox god symbol that they use. It's not the devil horns, it's the fox god. And when they don't want to answer a question, or in the past when they didn't want to answer a question, they would say only the fox god knows, which was pretty funny. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to get too much into that. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. But without further ado, here's my reaction to Baby Metal and Rob Halford performing Painkiller and Breaking the Law.
Fox God and the Metal God.
The Metal God, just like I said.
Their
Painkiller.
meeting was not a coincidence. Nothing happens by accident. When BabyMetal, the chosen ones by the Fox God, are awakened by the Metal God, a new legend is born. Right now, at this moment.
Painkiller. For those that don't know. Fixing my in-ears. This sounds badass. This sounds amazing. I recently saw Judas Priest on their Epitaph tour, and I'm going to go see him again. My wife and I are going to go see him with Sabaton opening up for him on this next tour they're doing. A few people have mentioned to me, not in the comments or anything, but just friends of mine, people I grew up with, about how Rob Halford's voice just isn't what it used to be. And they're right. Yeah, I mean, the guy's old, he can't sing like he used to. And him trying to hit these high notes from this song, because the original song, he hit some really high notes on this song. And him trying to do it in his older age, you can tell he's struggling, and it just doesn't sound as powerful as it does in the studio album. But it sounds decent. He's doing a pretty good job for his age. I respect him for that. He's earned the right to not be able to sing anymore, basically, because he's proved himself over the decades. But him singing with Sue Metal here and adding her voice to it just sounds amazing. She can hit those high notes for him. That scream they just did right there, oh man, that sounds amazing. This band sounds killer. I mean, that whole intro, the drum intro, and just the way the guitars come in, I mean, I felt like I was listening to Judas Priest live. It was badass. This is cool. I don't know if people don't like this because the younger generation maybe thinks Rob Halford's too old or something, but for me, from the older generation, I think this is awesome. it up. Breaking the law. Now, before we get into breaking the law, for you younger people, I mean, I'm 56 years old. I grew up listening to Judas Priest. If you don't like this video because maybe you're not too crazy about the way he sings, like I said, he does struggle because he is older now, but I would just ask you all to just go back and listen to the studio version of Painkiller if you haven't heard it, and some of their older music too, and you can really hear the strength in his voice when he was younger. I mean, Judas Priest and Black Sabbath were, in my opinion, basically the founders of heavy metal, especially Black Sabbath. I mean, they just, in my opinion, they invented heavy metal. And just watching him here with BabyMetal, singing with Sue Metal and all that, this is just awesome. I mean, it kind of takes me back to my childhood, and you can tell Sue Metal is really enjoying herself. This is really cool. Let's hear Breaking the Law now. So I want to say real quick before we continue with the chorus there. Now this song, Breaking the Law, the original version even, he doesn't sing very high in the song, so he doesn't struggle as much to sing this song. He pretty much sounds pretty close to the way he does on the original version, so he's sounding really good on this one. And like I said, Breaking the Law isn't really one of my favorite Judas Priest songs. It's not a bad song, but the album it's on, British Steel, is a great album. There's some really great songs on there, but Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight, which is another one that was just a cool song, those were the big hits from that album. But the other songs, in my opinion, are just better. But this is sounding really cool too. Let's see what Sue Metal does on here. Sorry to stop so much, but I just like the way Rob let her sing the chorus more up front like that. He just kind of did it in the background, kind of subtle like, which was really cool of him to do, let her take a little bit of the spotlight as well. That was really cool.
So much for the golden future and an even star. I had every promise broken, and you're in my heart. You don't know what it's like, you don't have a clue. If you didn't find yourself, you're the same thing too. Take me now. Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law.
Okay, now, first of all, one thing I was pretty sad to learn, I think that's the guitar player, I can't remember his name, but that he had passed away in an accident, which is pretty sad. So my condolences go out to him and his family. I was pretty sad to hear that. Another thing is Breaking the Law actually doesn't have a guitar solo, and he just said screw it, I'm going to play a guitar solo. That was really cool. But again, if that's him, let me know in the comments. From the pictures that I saw of him in that Baby Metal Guide video, that does look like him, that he passed away in some accident. I was really sad to hear that. I know I said that already, but yeah, I can't overstate that. Well, there you have it. The Fox God meets the Metal God. That was really badass. That was fun. That was cool. Don't know what other words to say, but that was just great. I really enjoyed pretty much everything that I've reacted to from Baby Metal. They're really cool. They're different. They're talented. The band is great. To see them here with one of my childhood heroes basically the guy that's responsible for a big part of the soundtrack of my life. You know, that him, his band, and Judas Priest, and a few other bands. I mean, that was just amazing. And Sue Metal did great, singing up there with them, and the other two girls playing their guitars. It was just fun to see them up there with their guitars jamming, whether they were playing them or not. It was just fun all around. But that's going to be it for my reaction to Baby Metal and the Metal God, Rob Halford, performing Painkiller and Breaking the Law. I'd like to remind y'all to please subscribe to my channel, and please like this video. And if you care to support my channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. And I also take tips through the Brave browser, which is a cryptocurrency browser. And I want to thank you all again for watching my reaction to Baby Metal and Rob Halford performing Painkiller and Breaking the Law.